Like the saying or the song that goes, if a picture paints 1,000 words, I asked ChatGPT to describe my old photo in exactly 1,000 words. And here it is.
If a picture paints 1,000 words, let these words bloom like colors on a canvas. The photograph shows a man who has just finished a run. His face glows with a quiet and proud satisfaction. His eyes holding the calmness of someone who has fought against tired legs, aching lungs, and the ticking seconds. He stands still, but his entire being tells a story of motion, determination, and arrival. He is not simply standing at a finish line. He's holding a moment that is bigger than miles, sweat, or medals. The man is dressed in running gear, a white singlet with green and blue accents hugging his lean torso. The shirt bears the logo, Aqua Run. Right below, it reads Splash for Smiles. Perhaps it's a charity run, and maybe those miles he ran were not only for himself, but for others too. Maybe those smiles will ripple out like drops on water. Pinned to the front of his shirt is a race bib, bold numbers printed, 10893. The bib sways gently in the soft breeze, held down by safety pins in each corner. Around his neck hangs a long purple lanyard, and attached to it is a turquoise medal in the shape of a tooth. On the lanyard, in clear white letters, it says 10K finisher. 10 kilometers, a distance that holds its weight. 10 kilometers of heartbeats, steps, and resolve. His right hand rests on his hip, fingers splayed confidently, while his left arm hangs loosely by his side. His left wrist bears a gray sports watch, the kind that ticks off kilometers, heart rate, and minutes per pace. It is possible this device bore witness to every single step he took. Every drop of sweat wiped off from his face with a piece of towel barely showing. His shorts are black, plain except for a small design on the left leg, the Philippine flag. It is a subtle but proud detail, a quiet way of saying, "This is who I am." Slung over his shoulders is a red backpack with black straps, suggesting he carried water and few essentials during his run. His face is flushed, sweat clings to his forehead, and his hair is damp and slightly plastered down. His smile is unwavering, calm, and composed. He doesn't beam widely, but instead carries a gentler expression, the kind of smile that comes from deep inside, not forced, not for show, but born out of satisfaction. Behind him is a large inflatable arch colored bright blue. It stretches wide across the road and has the word "finish" in bold letters. This word hangs above his head like a crown, an exclamation mark at the end of his effort. Two black tethers hold the arch in place, tied to the ground to keep it from floating away. The background bustles with life. Dozens of other runners are visible, some walking, some chatting, and some gazing down at their medals. They wear a variety of sports attire, their postures reflecting exhaustion and joy. The street itself is gray asphalt, painted with faint white lines that speak of its usual purpose: cars, buses, trucks. But today, this road has been transformed into a stage for human endurance. Off to the right side of the image, a tall building rises, modern and sleek. The sky is an artwork of its own. It melts softly from blue to purple, with strokes of pink and orange near the horizon. The early morning light casts a glow over the runners. The trees in the distance are deep green, their leaves swaying gently as if applauding the finishers. If this photograph were to speak, it might tell the story of miles covered, of breathless moments, of the pounding of shoes on pavement. It might whisper about the inner battles fought, the urge to stop, the ache and tired muscles, the thirst, and the moments of doubt. It might speak of the cheering crowd, the laughter of strangers, and the shared smiles of fellow runners. It would tell of triumph, both great and small. There's more in this photograph than just an image. There is movement frozen into stillness. There is sound muted into silence. There are footsteps, cheers, and the beating of hearts, all suspended here. The man in the foreground is not just a runner. He is a symbol of reaching, of pushing, of arriving. His medal is more than medal and ribbon. It is proof of persistence. His sweat is more than salt and water. It is the language of effort and passion. His calm smile is more than a curve of lips. It is the outward sign of inner victory. Around him, the other runners form a human tapestry. Each of them carries their own story. Perhaps some are seasoned runners and others are first-timers. Perhaps some ran fast and some slow, but all cross that same finish line. Together, they form a community, even if just for this moment. The colors in the photo dance with quiet energy, the whites and blues of the shirts, the bright purple of the finisher lanyards, the turquoise of the medals, the warm tones of the morning sky. All of it weaves together into an image that feels alive, even though it is still. And so, this picture paints its 1,000 words. It is a story of a man and a race, a story of people gathering together, of effort made visible, of roads transformed and skies bearing witness. It is a story of beginnings and endings, of finish lines crossed and memories created. A moment that could stretch on forever, a captured second that contains hours of effort. If a picture truly paints 1,000 words, then let these words flow like the footsteps of runners on an open road. Let them echo the heartbeat of one man and of many who chose to run towards something, whether it was a medal, a personal best, or simply the joy of crossing a finish line.